Hi, this is Mr. Shumway. This video clip explains a little bit about calculating values that increase or decrease by a certain percentage. So let's say Alco is having a 15% off sale. Shoes that would normally cost $56 now cost what? Well, one way to do that would be to just say, okay, 15% is 0.15. How did I find that? Well, percent means per hundred. So I could just take my 15 over 100, and that gives me the 0.15. Now I can multiply that by the $56. And that will give me, well, 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 3 is 28. And then put a 0, move over 1 times 6, 1 times 5, add those up. 2 decimal places in the multiplication, so it would be $7.40 decrease, so that I could say, well, let's take my $56 and let's subtract the $7.40. And so I'll have to borrow, make that a 5, 60 cents, and I have to borrow again, make that a 15. So $48.60. Well, another way to look at that would be to say, well, let's multiply our $56 times 1 minus the 15%. So that would be 56 times 0.85. And then we just go ahead and multiply 56 times 0.85. And that also tells us, well, let's go ahead and do it. Eight times 6 is 48. Carry the 4. 8 times 5 is 44. Add them together. So that actually equals 4760, and that is correct. And so I made a mistake in my subtraction up here. No, the mistake was in my multiplication when I added 8 plus, right here, when I added the 8 plus the 6, I got 14, carry the 1, that gives me $8.40. So if I subtract $8.40, that gives me $47.60. So anyways, 2 different ways. I would like to propose that we start working this way, because that will make it easier for us to do exponential equations. Things that continue to grow by the same percent like every year for several years. So let's throw in a different example. Sales tax is 6.5%. An item that is marked $40 will cost what now? Well, so now I'll just multiply my $40 times 1 plus, this time because sales tax is added instead of, so we're not marking this down, we're marking it up by 6.5%. And the 6.5% would be 6.5 over 100, which is 0.065. Okay, well that's just 1.065. That's not hard to do. times 40. And then we can just use the calculator. So that would be $42.60. So now try the teamwork and look at different ways of calculating values that increase or decrease by a certain percentage. This new way that I've shown you, maybe you've done it a different way before.